Hey guys, Technomentary with the video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to be talking about iOS 14 on the iPhone 12 Pro. So what does that iOS 14 mean? How does it perform? And whether iOS 14 is actually good or bad for the iPhone 12 Pro. In this video, we're going to talk about all of that and much more in terms of the performance, the battery, and anything we have noticed so far. But before we go ahead and get started, if you guys are new to our channel, we do a lot of tech news, reviews, and giveaways. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you guys are looking for cheap discounted iPhones, make sure you guys check out the link in the description section where you can get this phone or any of the newer iPhones at a discounted rate online. So also, if you guys haven't seen our unboxing video, we score some really amazing deals, check those out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. So if you haven't noticed, iOS 14 was developed for the iPhone 12 Pro and the newer phones. So by default, you don't really have much choice. You do have to be on iOS 14 on the iPhone 12 Pro. But what kind of features do you get out of iOS 14? Well, a couple of the features we're going to talk about that makes iOS 14 awesome is that now you have these big app widgets that we're not able to have in the previous generation of the iOSs, and that's been one of the selling points from Apple, is that now you have these larger app widgets which are really customizable. As you see here, we're able to customize the different little app widget that we have by simply tapping on it, or if you just select this and then edit the home screen. The home screens become so much more customizable. We can hit that plus sign, search for a lot of these app widgets out there. As you see here, any of these apps become bigger icons, so you're able to do that. You're also able to stack more of these on top of each other. So as you can see, these dots here, there's a bunch of app widgets running. You're able to actually edit the pages too on this page. So for example, if I didn't want a page specifically visible out there, I can just unselect it and then hit done, and that page would be not visible anymore. As you saw, that page is gone, where in the past that page was there. So you get a lot more customization off the bat on the actual iOS 14 with the updates, which something has been recently asked from Apple, and they finally has delivered that, as you see here on the phone. What's another feature that makes iOS 14 pretty awesome is what I think is this picture in picture feature. What that is, actually, you're able to play a video in the background while you're doing other stuff. So if you see I have ESPN open and I have a video running, simply click this button, close that out, and as you see, we have the video here. We can have that running, move across the board, and let's say I wanted to actually maybe open a Pinterest or something like that. I can go on Pinterest. Let's say maybe I wanted to play game while watching a game. I can actually do that. Pretty unique design. I think this is probably the most exciting feature of iOS 14 and what makes it amazing. But the one thing we notice is that if you're on YouTube, you have to get YouTube on this phone, and the way YouTube will work is that you have to pay right now. Unfortunately, YouTube, which is something I really don't like, is that YouTube is actually making you pay to have the paid version to have that picture in picture, and since everyone uses YouTube, it's tough. Hopefully YouTube changes that, but at the current day, YouTube doesn't allow that. But most other apps like Netflix, as you saw, ESPN, any streaming apps, you should be able to do this feature, which increases productivity overall, I think, and it's just amazing feature on the phone. Other features you'll notice is improvement to the Siri. In the past, on previous generation of iOS, Siri, when you activate it, it would kind of be clunky in terms of it would fill up the page. Well, now Siri has been reduced in terms of the size, so you can actually activate Siri by simply holding the side button here, activate Siri, and Siri pops up like a virtual assistant right here. And it's a little bit smarter. Apple has improved the algorithm on Siri voice recognition, so that when you say something, it's able to search the internet, give you the answer it can find out there without really leaving and blocking everything on the way. Another update Apple has made is actually on the notification. So when you get an incoming call, we don't have it here, but what would happen is a notification would pop up compared to in the past where your whole screen would be blocked whenever a phone was calling. So if you're in the middle of something or a thought, getting that whole screen locked up for that notification was kind of inconvenient, and Apple decided to finally create that notification whenever you're using the phone instead of blocking up the whole space. Other updates that you'll notice with iOS 14 is that it's improvement in terms of the messaging. So on a full phone, if you're using the phone, you'll notice a bunch of these messages where you can actually pin up top for the most contacted person. And then the other thing along with that is improvement to the emojis. So there are a bunch of new emojis. If you go around, you'll see them that you haven't seen. Another kind of improvement on it. The other improvement Apple has done is augmented reality. So if you don't know what augmented reality, it's pretty much, if you're playing games that has AR in it, that feature enhancement definitely has really made things more different. As you see here right now, this is AR in virtual reality. So if you turn on the sound here, it's something that you'll notice once if you're a person that plays games, something you'll notice and find really unique in terms of what Apple has done with the software. Another feature of iOS 14 is this whole feature of back tap. So back tap allows you to actually utilize the phone's accessibility feature. So if I were to go into setting, general, and then we'll go into settings and then accessibility and then go over to touch and then go down to back tap. So back tap, as you can see, allows you to double or triple tap on the back of the glass to activate a feature. So if we go into double tap here, let's say we want to do something like, let's say for back tap, we will have the control center, so this menu pop up. So to do that, we simply double tap, and as you can see, the back tap activated. We can also do, maybe let's say we want to lock the screen when we back tap. As you can see, the screen has been locked. Well, let's try something out. Maybe we want to do the app switcher when we back tap. As you see, the app tap, so that is working. There's a bunch more other options as well that you can do. Now you also can do the same thing when you activate triple tap. So let's say if we want to take a screenshot every time we triple tap on the back, so we'll do a triple tap. As you can see, so depending on how rhythmatic you are in terms of the actual tap, you do have to be careful between double tap and triple tap. You have to be very concise for it to work. So, but nonetheless, it definitely works, and it really does improve the quality of it. Of course, with any iOS update, you can't forget about the wallpaper. So there has been improvements to the wallpaper on the iOS itself. If you haven't seen the wallpaper, you'll notice that there's these new set of wallpapers out there. Pretty unique in terms of the design for Apple to introduce these wallpaper, just to bring a little bit more color and vibrant to the actual applications. Another application difference you'll notice is that Apple has built in its own translate application. So if you see translate here, it's a new application and it allows you to be in conversation mode or on device, where if you download languages, you don't even need to have cellular data. So let's say you're traveling somewhere and you want to be able to go ahead and do translation. For example, if I said hola,
hello.
See, as you can see, on the fly, you're able to translate. So this feature, I think, is a game changer in terms of people looking to travel or just translate between different languages. You don't have that language barrier anymore, and Apple has done that. In the past, you would have to open up Google Translate or some other translate technology, and that kind of made that inconvenience. But with the newer feature, Apple has done away with that. Of course, there's more little features across the board that we won't have in time to discuss. We wanted to talk about the main features, but the one thing we really wanted to talk about is actually how well has iOS 14 performed for a phone that was built for the iPhone 12 Pro. Well, let's break it down for you guys. So far, we have seen absolutely zero, I mean by zero, none so whatsoever performance issue in terms of applications. We're able to use pretty much any app out there on the App Store without having any issues where you experience on other kind of smartphone out there where applications crashes or are buggy or glitchy. None of that. All of these applications that I'm showing you guys work flawlessly. Along with just that flawlessly application usage, the another aspect we want to talk about is of course the battery life. That seems to be one of the bigger concerns whenever you're updating to a new iOS. Is it going to kill my battery when I upgrade to iOS 14? Well, for our iPhone 12, you quite don't have that option, but you'll notice here that with iOS 14, this phone, we've been using it for a few months now, and the phone is still at 100%. So clearly there's no issue of iOS running on iPhone 12 Pro. Of course, there's a couple tips and tricks that you want to follow to keep your battery health at 100%. We recently did a video sharing those tips with you guys on how we keep our battery health stable, running longer and durable so you don't experience shorter battery life or issues with your battery. Make sure you guys check that video out, and we talk about the main things you need to know about it. So overall, how has iOS 14 been on iPhone 12 Pro? I think, from our review, it's been amazing. It's an update that sooner or later you'll have to get on your iPhone, any of the iPhones that you have. But on iPhone 12 Pro, no issues whatsoever. Battery life's been stable, performance have been optimal, and the overall experience has improved with some of the newer feature remodel and design from Apple. So hopefully this video is helpful. If this video is helpful, please make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And what do you guys think about iOS 14? Leave a comment in the comment section so we can hear from you guys. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.